Saturday afternoon volleyball here at Mason High School. The Comets taking on the Centerville Elks, two conference leaders, the GMC versus the GWalk. I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Savannah Libby. And Savannah, we got a good one on our hands.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's a good day, coming off of having their pink out night where they think about breast cancer awareness. I think they're coming kind of off the high. I think they look ready for this game. They look ready in warm-ups, and now that they're out in the court, they look like they're in the mood to play.
Mason leads the GMC with an 8-1 record. They're undefeated in the GMC though. Not the same for Centerville. 11-1 in their conference. They played a few more conference games, but Centerville's overall record is better. Centerville sitting at 15-2 overall on the season. They haven't had a lot of trouble with a lot of different teams, and 12-6 for the Comets. The Comets have had some slip-ups against some teams, some Catholic school teams out of the GGCL, but we'll see what they can do against another power non-conference rival here in the Centerville Elks.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's important that we keep in mind that they're not in conference for this, and the GMC conference they play volleyball a little bit different than these GCL teams do. And I think this Centerville team and this Mason team, it's going to be a decent matchup.
So we're getting ready to play. Mason gets the first serve. It'll be the sophomore, Peyton Evans. She's the setter for the Comets. Opening serve immediately received in the front row. And Centerville going to receive the first point off the arms of Kate Hagledge. Centerville quickly out on top.
Going to have Kelly Grogan serving.
Grogan serves, returned by Fitz. Over on the right side, the block from Hagledge. Sargent sends it over for the Elks. The southpaw, Lena Smith off the arms of Sargent again. And that evens the first set up 1-1. A pretty good volley here, only the second of the game. Substitution for the Comets, Ellie Hagledge will come in and immediately come in and serve. Received in the back row over to the right side. That's Coughlin. Evans to the star player, Darby, who puts it right in front of the back line. A diving Brothers couldn't get there. And Mason takes a 2-1 lead. Hagledge to serve once again. Set going to Sargent, who just lofts it over. Confusion at the net, but Centerville's going to let it be and take the point. All knotted up at 2. And this is a big game with about a week left until the state tournament will start. Seedings will come out tomorrow. So this is the last game that'll matter for the Comets and the Elks. That one immediately served into the net from Kinney. So fortunate for the Comets, they're given a point. 3-2, they lead. Return by Brothers. Sargent. Smith on the receiving end. Nice block there from DeBolt. Brooklyn Darby. Turn to the right side. DeBolt tries again, but the block from Linda Smith and Gabby Rosano goes out of bounds. So Centerville gets the point on that one. Knotted up at 3. Back to serve now for the Elks. That was Amelia Naughton, who was touched by a Comet in the back row. They thought it would have gone out. row from Franke. Evans to Rosano. Rosano taps over. A nice diving play made by Golden. Darby will try again. This time successful off the arms of Sargent. And a substitution. The libero for Centerville, Hannah Golden, going to come in back in. Crociata back to serve, and an ace for Rissa Crociata.
It's going to make it 5-4 for the Comets.
2 in a row, Marissa Crociata, the junior, immediately checking into the game. That's one of her strong suits, is from behind the service line. It's got Comets a 2-point lead here. Played in the back row, set coming from Brothers. Nice play made by Crociata. Darby on the right side, nothing Centerville can do. Mason's starting to get some momentum.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that, you know, with the combinations of Evans and Darby and Rosano all on the floor together, I think it's coming together quite nicely, especially in this first set.
Slowly lofted over by Golden. Brooklyn Darby at the net. Nice play made by Amelia Knott and Nicole Sargent teaming up on that one. The substitution for the Elks as Kelly Grogan comes into the game. The 5'5" defensive specialist. Serve from Grogan, nice play by Darby, she can do it all. Evans tried to tap it over, but didn't have full control over it. Centerville starting to close that gap a little more. Trail by 1. Serve from Grogan again. Same spot to Darby. Evans just sets this time back to Darby and off the arms of Audrey Brothers. She's beside herself. She thought she could have had that one, but she's not able to keep it straight. And Brooklyn Darby has herself another kill. And she'll get the serve. Played in the back row by Kenny. Over on the right side to Bolt, nice block. But it goes out of bounds. Rosano is there, that's happened to her twice now. Substitution for the Elks, Finley Coughlin. Coming in as Emily Stanforth gets her first serve of the match. Set from Evans Callie Wall, her first attempt at a swing. Return by Brothers. Abby this time to Rosano, and Rosano got the Centerville defense off guard. That was Nicole Sargent in the back row. The Nation's going to come with a couple of substitutions. Morgan Fitz and Kate Hagledge, the senior duo. Serve from Fitz. Over on the right side, Amelia Knott right into the net. Excuse me, that was Miley DeBelt. Fitz will get her second serve in a row. Up by 3 in the first set. Dabble this time, places it perfectly, so a nice job from her. To stay in this one mentally. And the libero for the Elks, Brothers in pink. Gonna get her second serve of the match. Good read by Brooklyn Darby in the back row to let it sail over her head. So game moving pretty quick. Mason's got that 3-point lead. It feels like Mason always starts these matches off strong, but they just fail to finish them a lot of times. These non-conference games. Nice placement there from Centerville.
You know, I think it's important right now for this Mason team to just kind of stay in it. I mean, they're up by 2 right now, but I mean, there's so much more that they can try to do, especially with who's on the court. They have so much talent, and with out of their 14 on the team, I mean 7 of them are seniors, and with that comes experience, and then along with that comes talent, and then you have these talented sophomores like Peyton Evans who are, and juniors like Gabby Rosano who are helping bring the team together.
Darby receives after the Comet miscue. Callie Wall sends it over, her second swing of the game. And I think that was an Elk touch in the net. Yes, Emily Stanforth. Give Mason the point in the serve, 12-10 now. Ellie Hagledge checking in for the Comets. Hagledge served. Set coming from Brothers. And a nice play there by Nicole Sargent. We haven't seen her in a few volleys, but she places one a little too far out of bounds. And Mason got themselves 3 in a row. Ellie Hagledge went on a little bit of a run.
With another set. Gonna have Hannah Golden. I'm gonna have Alana Smith. That one. It's gonna be a substitution for the Elks. Dabolt's coming in.
Back to serve for Centerville is gonna be Lila Kenny. Return it on the left side from Darby, and Kate Hagledge. Nice block made from the Centerville front row. And Darby, though, pretty strong for the Elks. She's been impressive all day. It's only the first set, but the Comets have a 15-11 lead off the back of senior star player Brooklyn Darby. Coming into this game, she led the Comets with 185 kills on the year.
Yeah, overall coming in, she was 4th in the GMC.
Nicole Sargent once again a little too strong, too far to the left. So Franke, the libero for the Comets, checking in and setting it out of bounds. She's tasked with stepping in, taking libero role from Ella Bikey, who's out with a foot injury. Return from Hagledge over the left side, the southpaw Smith. Right in front of the back line. Misread by the Elks.
And Marissa Croatia is going to come in for Smith. Serving.
Crociata, played by Brothers. Set coming, Nicole Sargent that was. And that's off the arms of Rosano. Serving now will be Grogan. Played by Darby. Evans gonna have to come a long way to set it. Gonna have to give it right back to Darby. Nice play made by Brothers. And placed perfectly in the middle of no man's land by Miley DeBelt.
It just looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication there. You know, the Comets are still up, 17-14, except that was right in the middle of their entire defense.
Grogan will have another chance at a serve. Back row played by Hagledge. Rosano tapping it over. Evans to Darby. Once again, Brooklyn Darby, another kill. Just in the first set, I'd love to see her kill count. She's got at least 6 or 7 that I can remember. Callie Wall checks in for the Comets. 7 points away from taking the first set.
Darby's gonna serve.
Played in the back row by Dabble. Nice return from Crociata. But off the arms of Ava Franke, Hannah Golden had a nice set. And Nicole Sargent did the rest. Nicole Sargent leads the Elks and the GWOC with 218 kills on the year. So a big matchup we were looking forward to was Sargent against Darby, and they've both showed today. And Finley Coughlin puts it right in the back corner where she saw no Comets were.
Looked like Darby was trying to go for it, couldn't quite get there. You have Emily Stanford serving.
Stanford's going to serve it right into the net. Morgan Fitz and Kate Hagledge once again check in together.
Gonna have Fitz serving and Darby in the back.
Played by Brothers. And once again, that back corner's hurt the Comets a few times. This time, it was Amelia Knott who put it there. She's got 152 kills on the season. Centerville starting to close that gap. It's 19-17 now. The libero Brothers to serve. Evans to the right side. Wall, nice play by Brothers. Sargent, the Elks kill leader, too strong there. Comets are the first team to 20 in the first set.
Gonna have Evans serving.
Played in the back row, set coming from Grogan. Sargent once again, same spot, 2 in a row. Uncharacteristic from her. And she's gonna come out of the game.
Set from Hannah Golden.
Everybody stand forth. Miscommunication from the Comets. Callie Wall in a last-ditch effort. Sails out of bounds.
Serve that one.
Callie Wall on the right side. Nice play made by Coughlin. Brothers storming into the bleachers. Kate Hagledge tries to end the volley. Right side, Sargent off the arms at Darby. Beautiful volley from both teams, but Ellie Sargent ends it. So Hannah Golden back to serve and close this gap even more. Darby having to go a long way, can't get there.
Hannah's only up by 1 now.
Timeout taken by Mason. Talk some things over. Seems like momentum and energy shifting towards Centerville.
Yeah, exactly. I would say so. I mean, Centerville's been making these crazy plays. They're going way out of their standard area of play, and they're trying to come together as a team. And I think these Masons, it's kind of leaving them in a state of, you know, like, what's going to go on. Like, it's unexpected and it's hitting them by surprise. And I think that with the weaknesses in the back for this Mason team, I think that it's starting to tie the game back up a little bit. Coming out of this timeout, we're going to have Hannah Golden serving.
Golden back to serve for the Elks. They trail by 1 in the first set. Receive from Hagledge and Callie Wall on the right side. Perfectly designed play. And that's exactly what they wanted from Wall. Ellie Hagledge checking in for her now. Hagledge's serve returned. Nice play made. Kept alive, Brooklyn Darby. second opportunity, but kept alive. And Centerville, they're not going away just yet in this first set. Finley Coughlin with 138 kills on the season. Gets another one there. It will be Kenny to serve. Nice effort by Fitz to keep it alive. Nicole Sargent starting to pick up where she left off last match, and Centerville ties the first set at 22. And it looked like Mason was in control. Lila Kenny's going on a little bit of a run for herself behind the serving line. Darby tries to hit across court. Fitz made the play, but no one was there to return. And Centerville, for the first time of the match and the first time in the first set, they have the lead. Serve came from Kenny. Kate Hagler taps it over. Nice play by Brothers. On the right side, Sargent. Too strong. He's had a nice run, but maybe too much energy, over anxious there. And Rosano will check in for the Comets as they're able to tie this first set back up at 23. Ava Franke back to serve. Nicole Sargent off the arms of Brooklyn Darby. Nothing Darby could have done about that one. And it's set point for the Elks. They're one away from taking a 1-0 lead in the match. Mason wants to take a timeout and talk things over.
I think this Centerville team's starting to really find their stride. I mean, they're up 24-23 right now, and they have, you know, with Nicole Sargent, you know, leading their team in kills. I think she's starting to come into her own, and she's really helping their team. And then I mean, you have Brothers, who's helping out, but most of the time it's just a combination with Sargent and Golden just coming together to just create these points and create these opportunities for them to score.
That combination has been deadly. We'll see what they can do here on set point. Lead the Comets 24-23 in the first set. Gabby Rosano. We're going to say it was touched by an Elk in the back row. That went out of bounds. But this first set will be extended even longer. Cocciata back to serve. On the right side, Dabble. Set from Evans, Rosano. This time, no question about that one. That's out of bounds. And Centerville finds themselves in a set point situation once again. Kelly Grogan will check in now, head to the service line. Right into the net, so back and forth volleyball we have. All knotted up at 25. Darby will serve now for the Comets. Back corner placement, all set wrong. Originally it was the left corner. This time, Coughlin found the right. And to end the set, another attempt. One last time would be Miley Dabble. Taking her time, Comets ready. Gabby Rosano's little tap over. Brothers punches it out of bounds. She made a nice defensive play. It wasn't ready for the third hit. She had to do something with. But that'll tie the score back up at 26, so exactly what we expected from this match. Two conference leaders in a tight game so far. This time, Centerville takes a timeout.
You know, it is win by 2 for each of these sets, so I think it is exactly what we expected. We expected it to be a close matchup. We expected it to be, you know, a battle between Darby and Sargent, and this is kind of what we're seeing here. We're seeing, you know, we have like Golden and Evans, and they're working together with some of our best setters. Like, you know, you got Elena Smith and you have Brooklyn Darby, and they're coming together to form these lethal combinations which are making this a very interesting game.
We were excited for Darby and Sargent coming in, but it's definitely not a one-on-one matchup here.
Yeah, I mean, the entire team is playing a role in these. There's some plays that Centerville's made where they're diving all over the floor. You have people in the same exact place diving on top of each other, just trying to do whatever they can to help their team.
Fitz back to serve. All knotted up at 26. Evans to Wall. A missed set, but it's going to hit the ground first. Centerville has the advantage once again, 27 to 26. Brothers will have another attempt to end it. She's the libero. She has 230 digs on the year. Callie Wall off the arms of Brothers. And we have another tie, 27 to 27. That win by 2 we've talked about. Still in effect here in the first set. Peyton Evans will serve now for the Comets. Sent over by Coughlin. Light tap by Hagledge. Coughlin again does the same strategy as Kate Hagledge. And Brooklyn Darby into the net. So these last two volley sequences have all felt the same. Mason ties it up, and then Centerville takes the advantage. 28 to 27 here. This time to try to end it is Hannah Golden. And miscommunication from the Comets gives Centerville the first set, a final score in the set of 29 to 27. They take a 1-0 match lead. We got an interesting matchup between two conference leaders. Centerville up 1-0.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
So we're back once again. You know, we have this Centerville versus Mason matchup. You know, Centerville's took that first set just barely, 29 to 27. You know, I think it's going to be a good game. We have a lot of interesting talent here on the floor. It's definitely, they're fighting tooth and nail for each of these teams. It's you know, we have some strong. We have some strength in numbers in Mason with with half of our team being seniors, except Centerville isn't exactly giving up many points either. I mean, they're protecting what they need to. They're getting hustle plays. They're going back and forth. I think that's what this game might end up just coming down to. It's just that is that this team is just going to keep continuing to try to get more, and you know, you have strong setters in both teams, and we're gonna come back in with this Centerville team. I think they're still continuing to fight for every play, and I think that's going to be important throughout the rest of this game and throughout the rest of this matchup. You know, considering you know, we have people on both teams, you know, that normally you wouldn't see playing. You have people like Marissa Crociata, who normally doesn't really get much time off the bench, except this game she's come out and she started to play a lot more, and she started to play a lot better. She's getting some really good digs for her team. She's creating, you know, momentum and giving them kills. And then you have Brothers, of course, for Centerville, who's doing a great job setting up her teammates. And then you also have Hannah, who's creating more opportunities. And it's gonna come down to hustle plays and who wants it more.
To start the second set, Hannah Golden back to serve for the Elks. Evans, the setter for Comets, immediately to Haglage, and off the arms of a couple of front row members for the Elks, gives Mason the first point in the second set. And Ellie Haglage will serve now. For the Comets' first serve of the second set. Sent over by Golden. Peyton Evans couldn't get there. Centerville will come with a couple of substitutions. Miley Dabble, as well as Lila Kenny. Back to serve for Centerville. Gonna be Kenny. Elena Smith, an awkward play. The ball went too far to the right for her, and she's a lefty. So she kind of had to make the best out of nothing and wasn't able to get it over. Nice play by Fitz, but it's into the net. It was a nice effort to keep it alive. Beautifully placed serve there from Lila Kenny. She's put together a few nice serves today. The defensive specialist for the Elks. She's got 115 digs on the season. And she'll serve again. Kay Haglage off the arms of Dabble. Brooklyn Darby tried to send it over again.
Pitched over to Darby. Evans gonna hit it up for the Brothers. Back to Golden.
And Dabble, Smith and Evans, looks like they had a shot. Perfectly placed. Excuse me, that was Haglage instead of Evans. It was just off the arms of Haglage. Wasn't able to center it. But Kenny continues her run. Brooklyn Darby on the far side. Nice block. She'll try again. Dabbled, another nice block for the Comets. Haglage keeps it alive. Darby again, raises the net. And Centerville this time unable to keep it. Mason trying to stop some momentum that the Elks have been gaining early in the second set. Checking in now is Gabby Rosano, coming off that ACL injury. She's only a junior. And Golden does a nice job to keep it alive, but too far to the right. The libero, Franke will serve. And right into the net. Ties the set up at 4. Mason finally starting to play with some momentum. Franke serves. Brooklyn Darby returns immediately. Rosano up the middle, just a light tap over. Sargent played perfectly. Darby this time, Hannah Golden, she's been everywhere on the floor, diving for every ball. Wasn't able to keep that one alive, but she showed some impressive effort tonight. Dabble. No. right in the teeth of Mason's defense. Just over the arms of Rosano and Smith. Ties the set up at 5. Elena Smith, the lefty. See what Sargent could do, and Nicole Sargent showing her strength and power off again, off the arms of Evans.
Looked like Evans was trying to go for it, but couldn't quite get there.
Ellie Hagled's able to keep it alive. She'll get it again. We're on the right side. This time it's Amelia Knott. Ellie Haglid was diving, trying to get there. A nice set there from Golden, and immediately wasting no time is Amelia Knott. Smith keeps it alive, diving into the stands. And once again, Mason's had to go all over their side of the court and can't keep it alive. Centerville takes a 3-point lead in this set. Serve coming, and just misplayed from Ella Franke. She was in front of it, but then read it wrong. So a lot of things not going the Comets' way here in Centerville. Going on a run. Return from Darby. Placed perfectly, touching the back line, but staying in. And that's what she's good at, is combining her strength with her ability to place the ball.
Marissa Croatia's going to serve that one. It's going to be 9-7 for Mason. For Centerville.
Crociata to serve. And miscommunication from the Elks. He just played in the back row, but there was no one there in the front corner between Golden and Gabolt. But a serve that sails out of bounds from Crociata. 10-8 now, Centerville's 2-point lead. The last game that matters for state tournament seeding implications. And miscommunication again from the Comets. That's been a common theme in this second set. Kelly Grogan will serve for the Elks now. Up the middle is Rosano to the back row. And perfectly placed from Amelia Knott. She's had herself a nice second set. Hannah Golden not getting enough attention, but she's done a beautiful job as a setter for the Elks. Hasn't had a whole lot of miscues so far today. Evans gives it to Rosano up the middle, just floats it over. Gavel finds Darby, just barely grazes her arms, and Mason takes a timeout as Centerville starting to play like those GWAC champs. 13-8. They got the 1-0 match lead.
Looks like Centerville's gonna call a timeout. So I think coming back into the zone, I think this Comets team right now, they need to focus on what they can be doing to show more communication and leadership. I mean, they're only down by 5 right now. And I think that what their coach is probably telling them is that, you know, it's important that we start to communicate more. It's important that we're looking at, you know, what we're doing. And we need to look for Evans. We need to look at where she's setting it. We need to think about those things, and we need to look at where our open spaces, like our back corners. I think that's kind of what she's trying to tell them right now. And I think, you know, she's trying to get them to get deeper on their digs. You're going to have Kelly Grogan with the serve here.
Played by Crociata. Gabby Rosano on the right side. Evans to Rosano, and Rosano is too strong. No, they're going to say she kept it in. From our angle, it looked like it went out. The substitution, Callie Wall coming in now for Ellie Haglage. Kind of an offense for defense substitution. Darby Sarnabadou. Returned by Dabble. Beautiful play made by Rosano off the arms of Amelia Knott. She thought she had it. Darby to serve.
It's like brothers tried to go for it, couldn't get quite deep enough.
Darby will serve for the Comets. Up the middle, off the arms of Crociata. Too strong on that one. Amelia Knott, after that miscue last play, comes back in a major way to give Centerville that 14-11 lead.
Crociata over to Evans. Rosano with the kill.
Gabby Rosano. Looked like that was a design play. Nice set from Evans. Starting in the middle, going over to her right side, finding where Centerville's defense isn't. Fitz newly checked in serves. Over on the right side, beautiful ball placed from Coughlin. Serve came from brothers Callie Wall on the right side. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities today, but makes the best of one there. Evans serves for the Comets. They're down 2 in this set. Wall gets another chance. 2 chances in a row and 2 kills for Callie Wall. 2 beautiful sets from Evans on those plays. We're gonna take a look at it again. Evans gives her the opportunity, and just to the right of the middle blocker and the outside hitter from Centerville. Mason tried to keep it alive. A couple of nice efforts from Evans and Fitz. But Centerville captures that 2-point lead once again. And they have their star player, Nicole Sargent, checking back in. Back to serve is Golden. Over on the right side, Callie Wall gets it over, but there's going to be a whistle beforehand and a call that goes Mason's way. Excuse me, Centerville's way, actually. So Centerville gets that 3-point lead back. They also lead the match 1-0. Serve from Golden. Kate Haglage on the right side. Callie Wall. It's almost identical as those couple of plays that Wall had. Look at the set from Evans right to her, and she puts it right in the middle. Right in front of the front row and the back row for Centerville. And Ellie Haglage will check in and serve now for the Comets. Played in the back row by Brothers. Over on the right side, into the net from Coughlin. Coughlin hasn't made a lot of mistakes today, but there's one. Her eyes lit up. She had a perfect opportunity, but couldn't get enough on it. And an ace for Ellie Hagledge, the senior. The Elks are not happy. But Hagledge ties the game up for the Comets herself on an ace. She'll get another one here. Ellie Hagledge, a nice run. Mason's got the second set lead. Change of events here at Mason High School. We'll see if Hagledge can keep it going. Return to the back row set coming from Golden, but Nicole Sargent, there's a reason she leads the G-Walk in kills, and she showed it there. She's not going to let this second set slip away from the Elks. Back to serve will be Kenny. Evans up the middle to Kate Hagledge. Centerville keeps it alive. And just a slight send over. Left side, Elena Smith, the southpaw. Nicole Sargent switches it up and floats it over. And Darby now perfectly placed. And how about Brooklyn Darby? Anytime the Comets need her to come through, it seemed like she's been able to. She gives the Comets a third set lead. Fourth in the GMC in kills coming into this one. The two Elks ran into each other. Golden able to get it over though. And fortunately for the Elks, they got a point on that. Golden was coming up. Excuse me, I believe it was Sargent that was coming up to swing and ran into her middle blocker. Smith gets an opportunity off the arm to the middle blocker, not for Centerville. A nice kill for her, and she'll check out for Crociata. Looks like Knott and Dabble teamed up on that one, tried to center and square it up, but they weren't able to. Crociata, she's a really good server for Mason, and she shows why. An ace for Crociata gives the Comets a 2-point lead, 21-19. This is a set that's crucial. Sargent, see what she could do. A block for the Comets, Gabby Rosano. How about Rosano? The two-sport athlete. It's hard to block Nicole Sargent. But Gabby Rosano does a perfect job there, squares it up. And Centerville forced to take a timeout, 22-19. Mason's 3 points away from tying the match up.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's important that they keep going for these hustle plays. They keep doing everything they can, and they never stop. I know that there's been some miscommunication, especially with the setters and like Peyton Evans and then Golden. But I think that if they continue to try to communicate and they continue to try to work hard on every play they can, that Mason might be able to take this set. You're gonna have Crociata serving.
Comets are 3 away from tying up the match. Crociata's serve out of the timeout. And a weird play from Centerville. It was misplayed in the back row by Lila Kenny. Crociata will try again. Sent over by Knott and off the arms of Crociata. She came up a little too far. And the last-ditch effort wasn't good enough. Serve coming from Grogan. Weird play by Haglitz, but kept alive. Darby off the arms and kept alive. With too many hits from Centerville's side, Brooklyn Darby gets herself another kill. And set point coming up for the Comets as Kelly Wall will check in. Wall for Haglitz, offense for defense substitution. Darby on set point. Too strong, goes out of bounds. Centerville stays alive in the second set. They're going to make a couple of substitutions. Serve from Stanforth. Way over on the right side. Evans gives it to Darby. And not. Goes up too early. And Mason takes the second set, 25-21. Beautiful performances from the defense for the Comets. And after 2 sets, we're all knotted up here at Mason High School, 1-1.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC TV Sports. Three-pointer, got it! In for the Comets score. Win! The Comets win! Yeah!
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
3, 2, 1.
I'm a sophomore. Yeah.
Welcome back to Mason High School, where we're all knotted up at 1. Centerville took the first set by a score of 29-27. Comets respond back with a 4-point victory in the second, 25-21. And the story of the game coming in, we thought was going to be Darby against Sargent. It's been a little more balanced than that, but that's not to discredit Darby or Sargent's play so far today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, just looking at some of the scores, like you have the first set, it was 28-26. It was kind of just a fight for who wanted it more, and that continued throughout the second set, and it will throughout the rest of this game. Just considering, you know, how much talent both of these teams have and how much they want it. Most of this has come down to about hustle plays and what they can do with what they have, and I think that they're playing to their potential. I mean, they know this is the last game that counts for seeding going into the state tournament, and I think they're playing like they know it's going to be a matchup. They know it's a fight, and they're looking forward to it. And I think both teams understand how important this game is to them.
Both teams set to come back out on the court.
I think it's a good thing that we're seeing continued energy throughout this entire game. Normally about after the first couple sets, some teams will start to fall off. They'll start to fall off a little bit and have a little bit less energy and be a little bit less pumped up because they won't have as much motivation. But I think throughout this entire game, we're seeing that, you know, both of these teams really do want to be here. They want this game and they want the challenge that it brings to them. And I think we're starting to see that more and more throughout this entire thing. Looks like we're going to have Evans with the first serve of this third set. It's tied 1-1.
Evans for the Comets gets the third set going. The first return is going to be by Coughlin. Elena Smith trying to find the back row. Coughlin again off the arms of Smith and out of bounds. A nice block made to give Mason the first point of the set. Evans will serve again. Coughlin with a third attempt already of the set. They've gone to her every time. Callie Wall returns. Played by Fitz in the back row. Up the middle, Kate Hagledge, a diving play made, but not able to get there was Brothers. So Kate Hagledge gets herself her first kill of the set. Evans with the serve for the Comets.
Coughlin hit it just over the net, went out. It's going to be another point for Mason. Mason's going to start this set off 3-0. Evans with another serve.
On the right side, Coughlin off the arms of Kate Hagledge. Not able to square it up fully, and it goes out of bounds. Centerville gets themselves their first point of the set. The first serve of the set for Centerville is going to come from Golden. Played to the back row by Stanforth. Wall again. Nice block from the front row from Nicole Sargent. Good defense from her. And they now only trail one early in this third set. Golden serves again. Callie Wall on the right side. Star defender Emily Stanforth wasn't able to square up all the way. She's got 125 digs coming into this game. And a nice job by the Comets to take Centerville's best defenders. Hagledge plays it in the back row. Over all the way across court to Darby, and Darby is just too powerful for Centerville to handle. A 5-2 lead now for the Comets in the third set. They're gotten off to an early start, a hot start early. And it just sent out of bounds from Coughlin. Miscommunication. Ellie Hagledge now.
Evans tried to go for it, couldn't quite get there. Just wasn't far enough over.
Coughlin responds nicely for Centerville. Checking in now for the Elks is Lila Kenny. She'll go immediately to the service line. Back row play made by Fitz. Elena Smith tried to come over and clean it up, but she sends it right to the net. Petty will serve again. Elena Smith gets another chance. This time responds. Placed right between the front and the back row for Centerville. Rosano checks in for Fitz. Right side, Dabble. Smith's block attempt goes out of bounds. Centerville closing in on that third set gap, 7-5 now. Elena Smith off the arms of an Elk in the back row. So now she's put together a couple of nice kills. Checking out for Crociata. Crociata specializes in serves. And she gets one here. Played in the back row by Brothers. And Dabble sends it right into the net. This beginning of the third set's looking a lot like the beginning of the second, and that's a good sign for the Comets. Amelia Knott, though, has something to say about it. Off the arms of a couple Comet defenders. Take a look here. It looks like originally hit Evans' hands. But Grogan gets the serve now.
Evans is going to hit it up to Darby.
Cross court, Darby. Little too far out of bounds, too far to the left. Centerville stays within 2. Franke gonna slowly send it over, and misplay by Knott. I believe there's Amelia Knott in the front row who just couldn't time it up right. Callie Wall checks in for the Comets. Darby awaiting the call, and they're going to say once again it was too far to the left, so she's had a couple of plays like that. And a couple of substitutions for the Elks now, 10-8. Comets the first team to double digits in the third set, but Centerville's right on their tail. Serve coming from Stanforth. A runner from Gabby Rosano right past the outreached arms of Kelly Grogan. We've seen that play many and many times with Rosano. A beautiful set from Evans. Fitz with the serve. Over the right side. Might have been too strong from Coughlin, but played by Darby anyway. And right into the net, a diving Coughlin couldn't keep it alive. 12-8 now, the Comets lead. Fitz serves. Nice play by Evans, but a beautiful dig from Stanforth. Evans sends it over once again. Stanforth's there. Looked like the same play. And the kill. Not sure whether that was Amelia Knott or Hannah Golden. The set was from Golden. It was Amelia Knott. She's had her miscues in this set, but she responds nicely on a volley that looked like it was going to go Mason's way. Stanforth had a nice couple of digs, and Fitz puts it too far out of the reach of Darby. So just like that, momentum has shifted a little in the Elks' favor. Cross court to Wall. Block made, but no one was there to keep it alive. And checking in now for Mason is going to be Atlanta Smith. Evans serves now. And nothing Centerville could have done about that one. Stanforth was standing a little too far back. She had to make an awkward play and then put it in an awkward spot. Block from Kate Hagledge, the middle blocker for the Comets. Amelia Knott thought she had a location, but Hagledge did a nice job defensively for the Comets. Coughlin, though, just grazes the top of the net. That's exactly what they needed. They cut the deficit to 4. Doing just enough for Nicole Sargent to check back in. Back to serve for Centerville now is going to be Golden. Wall over on the right side. Coughlin to Wall again. Wall way too strong. Going too far in, too far right, out of bounds. She's had a couple of those plays today to go along with a few kills. But the Elks trail 3 with a serving Golden. Wall gets another attempt. Nice play, but an even better defensive play from Stanforth. Coughlin off the face of Wall. And kept alive by Peyton Evans, the setter. But Nicole Sargent is just too much for Brooklyn Darby to handle defensively. We've seen that time and time again today. Beautiful set from Golden and then Nicole Sargent. Back row serve coming from Miller. A whistle and a stoppage of play. The call is going to go Centerville's way, and Mason wants a timeout. Centerville's within 1, 15-14 in the third set.
I think right now the Centerville team is really thinking about how much energy they have and how much, potential. Because I think they're, the student section and the JV and the freshman teams are coming together and they're creating more energy for the Centerville team. They're kind of hyping them up a little bit, and I think their bench is kind of going crazy, which is helping them. Even though it's only 15-14 right now for the Comets, I think the Centerville team is still going to give them a run for their money throughout the rest of this set and throughout the rest of this game. Because, it's been back and forth plays, and, I think right now what I would be telling the team as the head coach for Mason is that you need to work on just getting them. Because I think some of these plays, it's just been positioning. I think that, it's been circumstance and with some of these kills, and they just haven't been able to get there. And I think if they spread out more, they might be able to balance it out.
Coming out of the timeout, Golden will serve. Over on the right side, Callie Wall. They're gonna throw the whistle. And another call goes the Elks' way. That's 2 in a row, one before the timeout, one after the timeout, and they tie the set 15-15. So this match is all knotted up, 1-1. And then the third set's tied 15-15, but served right into the net from Hannah Golden. Ellie Haglitz will check in and get the serve.
It's going to be Brothers. Going to go up.
Up the middle, Nicole Sargent. Weird play for Alana Smith. That came down on her. They're going to call the official call as a lift, and a couple of substitutions for the Elks. Coming into the game is Kenny and Dabble. Yeah, it looks like Smith there just didn't know what to do with it. Kind of caught her off guard. And Kenny will serve.
I think this is going to set it over to Darby.
And nice block. Teamed up there. Nicole Sargent was in on that. We've seen a couple of those from Sargent. It is hard to block Darby. We'll see what Kenny can do here. Elena Smith right in the middle. Sargent again. Kind of punched from Haglitz. She didn't have time to get there and play it well. So Centerville all of a sudden takes a 2-point lead in this third set. Trying to continue her run is set from Evans. Up the middle, Kate Haglitz off the knee of the setter, Hannah Golden. Rosano checks in now for the Comets. Back and forth we go here in set 3. Kate Haglitz was just too much. And then off the arms of Brothers. all knotted up. 18-18 in the third set. Franke, the libero for the Comets to serve. Right side Dabble. Brooklyn, Darby. Off the outreached arms of Sargent. Nice job by Evans to get there. The serve played to the back row, and eventually Sargent's able to place it perfectly. (19-19) in the third set. And served right into the net, going to give it points easy to the Comets. And Brothers immediately going to check in for her. Dabbled off the arms of a junior, Marissa Crociata. And it seems like when Centerville needs that little extra piece, it's been Miley Dabbled. She'll give Grogan the serve here. Set coming from Evans, the runner from Rosano. This time Brothers is there. Amelia Knott. Nice block made. Teamed up on the play. That was just Gabby Rosano. The middle blocker using her height. Multi-sport athlete coming off that ACL injury.
Gonna have Darby serve it. Serve it into Brothers. Looks like there was some miscommunication between Grogan and Brothers right there.
And Centerville wants a timeout. Going to talk things over. Mason's 3 points away from taking set 3 and taking the lead in the match.
I think right now the Centerville team needs to be focusing on, you know, what exactly they're doing offensively to where they're getting into these tight positions, because they're kind of going back and forth with Mason here with who has the lead and who's up, and it's normally by about 2 or 3 points. It's never a whole lot, but it's enough to where it's impacting how they're playing. It's impacting the momentum of the game, and I think that, you know, it just depends on who has more confidence and who goes for more hustle plays. And I think right now Mason just wants it more, and they're going for more hustle plays, and they're trying to play it off to the best of their ability.
Well, it seemed like there's really never at any point, and this speaks to the back and forth nature of the match so far, is no team has ever led in a set by more than 4. But immediately after the timeout, Darby will serve, and Dabble gets right back into it. Cross-court front row by Wall. Diving play by Brothers. Kept alive. A nice job by Centerville's whole team. And Gabby Rosano off the arms of Courtney Stava. Excuse me, that was Amelia Knott instead of Stava. That went out of bounds off her block attempt. Darby serves once again. 2 points away from taking the match lead. Dabble returned by Crociata. And hit high into the rafters, setting up set point once again for Mason. Serving will be Darby. Over on the right side, we'll see what Dabble can do, and way too strong past Franke. There's nothing Franke could have done with that one. Centerville trying a last-ditch effort, trying to revive this third set. Serve coming from Stanforth. The runner from Rosano placed perfectly off the outreached arms of the middle blocker for the Elks. And set number 3 belongs to the Mason Comets. After falling in set 1, Mason leads the match 2-1 over the Centerville Elks.
this with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to icrctv.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Welcome back to Mason High School, where Mason's got the 2-1 lead over the Centerville Elks after falling in a close first set, 28-26. Identical scores in the second and third, 25-21. And Gabby Rosano has ended each of the last 2 sets with a play like that. Evans and Rosano teaming up. It's the depth of the Comets that has got them on top. I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Savannah Libby. 2 conference leaders in the GMC and the GWAC. And both teams very interested to see where they're going to be seated tomorrow. This is the last game. That does matter for seeding implications. State tournament starts next Tuesday.
You know, as I was saying earlier, there's kind of just continued energy throughout this entire game. I mean, the Comets are leading right now 2-1, but still, there hasn't really been a break in how they're playing. There's from both teams. They're both still giving it all. They're hustling for every play. They're working as hard as they can. They're trying to get to their positions. They're trying to do whatever they can to help their team and to whatever they can to help put them in a good position for the state tournament. And I think that goes along with, you know, they're just working together. I think both these teams have played along together for long enough to where they're kind of working off of each other. They kind of know what to expect from their teammates and what areas to struggle with, so that they can help when they need it. And I think that, you know, they have some young players on both these teams, except they're doing a phenomenal job, and they're showing up when their team needs them. And right now they're doing a great job.
So Centerville, knowing if they want to keep this match alive, this set has to be theirs. They'll get the first serve, and it'll come from Hannah Golden to get the 4th set started. Kate Hagledge too far to the left. She had a nice attempt, but Centerville gets the first point of the 4th set. A winner-go-home set for them. Golden serves again, and Hagledge, her reception, just no comment, is there to back it up. The serve from Golden again, trying to go 3-0. Callie Wall on the right side, and it's not able to be contained by that back line. Too strong for her. Hagles will get her try on the left side, playing that outside hitter position, and she places it perfectly, giving Mason their first point of the set. Hagledge will serve now. Nicole Sargent over the left side to southpaw. Elena Smith, a nice block made by Stava. A couple of substitutions for the Elks coming into the game now are Dabble and Kenny. Lila Kenny to serve right into the net. She's had a nice night serving, but a little bit of a different story there.
Franke with the serve.
Over on the right side, dabbled. Too strong and too far to the right. Mason doing a nice job of closing that early gap in the fourth set. They lead the match 2-1, but trail the fourth set. Nicole Sargent gets it right in the back row to Ellie Hagledge. Elena Smith, a lot of power. Nice block made, but kept alive. Darby, same story. The block just goes out of bounds, but a nice effort from the Centerville front row. But Darby ties it up for Mason. An ace from Franke, newly checked in. Stepping in as libero for the Comets today. Sargent. Darby on the right side. Brooklyn Darby, that's textbook Brooklyn Darby. Top 5 in the GMC in kills. The star player for Mason. Right to the right of the middle blocker, an outside hitter for Centerville. And dabble, too far out of bounds. Mason starting to get some fourth set momentum, 7-4 here. Franke going on a run. Right side, Nicole Sargent. You know, it's finally nice to see some back and forth between Darby and Sargent.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, considering how they're both key players for the team, they both lead in kills, and they both contribute a lot with their, and they get to play a lot out of their setters. It's good to see that they're starting to work back and forth, and it's not becoming more of a kill game rather than just a.
Brooklyn Darby does it again, right on cue. And Crociata checking in to serve. Dabble to the back row and Hagledge. Darby, the middle blocker, up the middle, finds the back left corner. A diving Golden wasn't able to get there. And I'm kind of getting deja vu. I've said this the last couple of sets, this 9-5. I said in the third set looked exactly like the second set, and it looks exactly the same way in the fourth set. A good news for the Comets. Dabbled had to come a long way for that one. No Centerville Elk was able to return, and they're going to call a timeout. 10-5 here. Mason on a 9-1 run.
I think Mason's really has found their momentum. They're starting to work well together again, and they're starting to understand, where they need to be at and what they can do. And I think that's another thing that, they consistently struggled with throughout this entire season is adjusting to injuries, adjusting to getting back to playing. I mean, we haven't had Rosano at full speed for a couple of months, and I feel like she's starting to play more and more aggressively, and she's starting to come into her own, and that's becoming really important. And then you're having players that we normally don't see, like Crociata, and then they're having a lot of variety on the Centerville team. I think there isn't really anyone they have on the Centerville team that doesn't really come off the bench and contribute to play. And I think that, with that much variety also comes you have to get used to that many people, and you have to get used to playing with them. You're going to have Crociata with the serve.
Crociata serves, diving play, and how about Gabby Rosano? She's really come to play today. Using her height to her advantage. Crociata serves again. Amelia Knott. Evans trying to catch Centerville off guard. Golden again, this time. Excuse me, that was Sargent. Off the arms and out of bounds of a Comet. So they're able to stop the bleeding a little bit. Someone went over her net, and I believe that's on Peyton Evans. As it did look like the ball was kind of stalemated on Centerville's side of the court. Back to serve for Centerville is Grogan. Right side, Brooklyn Darby, a nice block. We've said it all night, it is very difficult to block Brooklyn Darby. But Amelia Knott, seems like she's been able to do that a couple times tonight. That was Knott and Golden. Evans coming a long way to give it back to Darby. Nice diving play by Brothers. Brothers gets it again. Set coming. The runner from Gabby Rosano with another block from Centerville's front row, front line. Amelia Knott has been in on all of those. Serve from Grogan once again. Brooklyn Darby into the net. She's had a beautiful night, but the last couple of plays haven't gone her way. And Centerville's closed the gap. It's 11-10 here. Mason only has a 1-point lead in the fourth set. Rosano up the middle whenever they needed her. She's been there, finding the back left corner. There's going to be a substitution for the Comets. And Darby will serve. Back row played by Brothers. Dabble finds Franke in the back line. Kept alive, a whistle and a call goes Mason's way. They're going to say it was a net. Coach Dinkelocker happy about that one. She feels fortunate. Mason regains a 3-point lead. Darby to serve again, and perfectly. One of those plays that it's like, you couldn't have drawn it up any better, just grazing the top of the net and catching Centerville off guard. And no man's land right in the middle of the front and back row for Centerville. Amelia Knott returns the favor. A really nice job for her finding the hole in Mason's defense and putting it there. She could have taken her time with that one, but she saw where the hole was and wanted to get it there right away. Set serve coming from Stanford. Cross court pass to Callie Wall, and Callie Wall gets herself a kill. Off the arms of Stanforth. Fitz checks in for Rosano. And Mason starting to feel it here. They're 10 points away from clinching a victory over GWAC leader Centerville. Make that 9. Or they're going to say that was out. From our angle, it looked like there was no question in. So Centerville gets the point in the serve now. 15-12, they trail 3, serve from Brothers. The runner from Hagledge, that's the Rosano key play. Hagledge gives it a try and it works. So now you can make it 9. Over on the right side, going from the middle. All the way out of bounds. Serve from Evans. Grazed the top of the net, but this time set it up to keep it alive and off the arms of Hagledge and Smith. And Sargent checks back in. Mason's got a 3-point lead. Serve coming from Golden. Left side, excuse me, right side Wall. They're going to say it was out of bounds. She didn't like the call. Played by Haglage in the back row. She's going to get that back over on the left side. Hit high into the rafters, but Centerville miraculously able to keep it alive and sent over by Brothers. Left side, Elena Smith. Getting really comfortable in that pocket, the southpaw. We're going to wait a substitution issue. We're ready to play here with the senior. Ellie Haglage ready to serve. Right side, Mason kept alive from Coughlin. They'll go with Sargent this time, but a nice block from Darby, still going. And just perfectly in the back right corner from Finley Coughlin. Cut the deficit to 2. Excuse me, that was Stava. Serve coming. Miscommunication from Haglage and Fitz. And it's an ace for Centerville, and they're now within 1 of this third set. They know it's win or go home for them. Serve from Kenny. Up the middle, Kate Haglage, a nice block, still going. Cross court to Brooklyn. Darby just floats it over the head of Nicole Sargent. And Franke will check in and get the serve. Return to the back row by Kenny. Cross court played by Franke. Darby just floats it over. Dabble. The block from Smith. How about Elena Smith and Gabby Rosano teaming up on that one? They're 6 away from taking the match victory. Coming a long way is Evans, giving it to Darby. And a nice play made by Amelia Knott. Coming in now for the first time in this set, it's going to be Peyton Kraus. She'll come in to serve. 19-17. Haglage just sends it over right away. Weird play. Mason didn't know what to do with it and eventually goes out of bounds, Centerville's favor. They're within 1. Serve coming from Kraus. Brooklyn, Darby. Able to find the right sideline and keep it in. She's been beautiful all night with her location. And the Comets are the first team to 20 in this 4th set. And that 2-1 match lead means they're 5 away. Crociato will come in to serve. Immediately sent over by Dabble. Brooklyn, Darby does it again. Brothers has no answer for it. The libero for the Elks has been targeted all night. And Darby's starting to feel it. 4 points away. Crociato though, too strong. Elks not going away just yet. Serve from Grogan. Lozano sent it over with the runner, just a floater. Dabble off the arms of Rosano and Evans. And now they only trail by one. It'll be an interesting back and forth contest down the stretch. Grogan will serve again. Evans has to come a long way for the set. And Darby off the arms but out of bounds from Amelia Knott. Knott and Golden tried to team up for that one. And Sargent has been quiet lately. Darby with the serve. Knott, a perfect block from Gabby Rosano to put the Comets within 2 of a match victory. It's GMC versus GWOC and 2 pretty good representatives as they both lead the conference. One point away from match point. On the right side, Dabble. Too strong, out of bounds, and here it is. In set number 4, Mason had a rough set. Couldn't figure it out in set 1. Finally got it together for set 2. That translated into set 3. Trying to end the match in set 4 here, but it won't happen on this point as Amelia Knott's able to confuse the Comets defense. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone from this incredible ICRC crew directed by Josh Semstrat. I'm Ben Haller alongside Amelia Guerin. Savannah Libby. And Mason takes the victory. Thanks for watching ICRC TV. The Comets, after falling in the first set, take set 2, set 3, set 4, all by a score of 25-21. The last point, the winning point. What a better way to end it from Callie Wall. The block from Brothers goes out of bounds. And 28-26, the Comets fell. But 3 identical scores of 25-21 gives Mason the victory over Centerville. That's the last game that has any seeding implications for the playoffs. Those start in 2 weeks. But from tonight, I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Savannah Libby. Thanks for joining in.